are now listening. You are now listening to the Backseat Wrestler Podcast.
Look at Randy Orton slithering.
Watch out!
Hosted by Eric and Elvis.
It's LA Knight's game.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I'd be very freaking pissed off if WrestleMania was announced in my city and then they canceled it like last minute. That's freaking ridiculous.
Technically, it's not last minute, but yeah, but that's gotta suck for.
Yeah,
but I mean, they just had a WrestleMania a few years ago, but I still get it. Like,
but I mean, like, if you kind of think about it like this, like, it's kind of last minute for WWE. Like, this is
of course,
extremely last minute for WWE.
I mean, yeah, in terms of and people booking trips months ahead to pay for hotels and ticket sales,
yeah,
and different stuff, WrestleMania access, all that stuff. I get what you mean.
Bad.
It takes months and months of planning, and then stage setup and everything, and production. Instead of saying all that stuff takes time, so
yeah, I'd be pissed. That's all I'm saying. I'd be freaking pissed. But yeah. Hello, welcome to the number one wrestling podcast in the world, the Backseat Wrestler Podcast. We are back, better than ever, of course, ready to bring you more wrestling news. Of course, this week, we are going to be talking about Saturday night's main event, because, of course, that did just happen. We'll talk about a couple top stories that happened on SmackDown, Raw, etc. But, and then, of course, the major storyline being, of course, WrestleMania 41 being transitioned out of, was it 41 or 42? 41.
42.
WrestleMania 42 being transitioned out of course, New Orleans, and now it's not really. They're not really sure where the heck they're gonna have it. It's insane.
The only rumors I've seen is that like the most likely scenario right now is possibly back in Las Vegas again, which a lot of people are not happy about.
Yeah, I'm not happy about that because Las Vegas prices were freaking insane. They were like quadruple
ridiculous.
the amount of like what a regular freaking WrestleMania ticket would be. I know some people were lucky, like they waited last minute and they got tickets. And people are saying like, oh, like, you know, you can get last minute tickets for like a lot cheaper, but it's like, dude, like in order to get last minute tickets, you kind of have to have like it planned out where you're going to go and hope that there's a last minute ticket, or you live in that area. For people who are like outside of the country or even living on the opposite side of the US, like you have to like plan that out months ahead. So you have to buy the ticket months ahead. So
and then obviously job stuff, like you got to make sure you have the time. Everything's got to be planned months ahead.
That's what I'm saying.
Just like WWE, they have to have their location a year ahead for the city to plan for everything. Ticket sales, production, setup, all that stuff takes mad time.
I saw people like being complaining too. Like apparently like a lot of indie promotions are pissed off because they like to like base a lot of like their like major stuff around WrestleMania, and they kind of put it around the same location WrestleMania is going to be, because basically like the yearning for wrestling around that area gets pumped up a lot whenever there is WrestleMania coming to town. So they end up hosting a lot of their shows around wherever the heck WrestleMania is going to be. So they booked some stuff around there, and then they took it out, and now it's no longer going to be there. Like one of the major things was like WrestleCon, which is like a major thing they do like every year, and they always base it around wherever the hell WrestleMania is going to be. For example, last year WrestleMania was in Vegas. They had it in Vegas, so they already booked Indy, and then they just took it out of not Indy. I'm sorry. They booked New Orleans, took it out of New Orleans. The reason why I say Indy is because that's another one of the potential things I heard about was maybe Indianapolis hosting WrestleMania.
Lucas Oil Stadium.
Yeah, exactly. Lucas Oil Stadium. That'd be kind of nice. Indy's pretty cool.
Yeah. So New Orleans still gets Money in the Bank this year, obviously.
They get a consolation prize. It's like, what the hell? And it's not this year. It's next year. Next year they get it.
Next year,
yeah.
All I know is it better not go to Saudi Arabia.
Oh my God. Yeah, they already have freaking Royal Rumble over there, which sucks.
But I heard about WrestleMania Vegas being the most likely option because the TKO group in Vegas are like, that's where they're at. Actually, the TKO group is based in Las Vegas, so it's kind of, and then obviously they just had WrestleMania there, so they know how to work with everything. The city knows about it, so that's
apparently
like the most
they made so much
option.
money there. That's why they want to go back.
Yeah, that's another reason.
No, but that sucks.
It's too corporate.
It is too corporate now. That's the issue. Once TKO became involved in WWE, it became way too corporate. Everything became insanely expensive. Like it's literally impossible to like go to an event without spending at least $500.
Yeah, I got an easy location for them. Nice big indoor stadium, brand new stadium, kind of. The new, well, not new, but it's only a few years old. In Minneapolis, Minnesota, the Vikings.
That'd be
That
nice.
indoor stadium's crazy. I don't know what. That's one right there they can try to build
It's a
and
beautiful
do
stadium.
WrestleMania.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what the hell they're doing, honestly.
They
I
can
just
go
know
back to
Vegas should not be it. I feel like
remember
back to back is
Orlando.
insane.
Isn't Orlando trying to get a WrestleMania again? They can try to. They can go to Orlando
Orlando's trying to get it back.
or the Levi Stadium where the 49ers played. They did. That was what WrestleMania 31 was at.
I just wish that they did it around here again. I mean, like I want to go to WrestleMania. My goal
Yeah,
for next year was to go to Royal Rumble because, like, honestly, if I had to choose between Mania or Royal Rumble, I feel like I would rather go to Rumble because it's a little bit cheaper and honestly, kind of a little bit more excited if you kind of think about it.
and it's only one night.
And it's only one
Like
night, so I don't have to
you're
plan
not
that
going to
much.
watch. You're not going to watch half a show. So
Exactly. So, like, I don't know. I was thinking about maybe Royal Rumble, but then now it's in freaking
yeah,
Saudi, so I can't go to that.
the
I don't
only thing
know.
about WrestleMania is like the whole WrestleMania Access Week is great. Like all that stuff
Yeah.
is crazy.
I don't know. I guess we're gonna hope that it's not in Vegas because if it is in Vegas, that means the ticket prices are probably going to go up even more, and they're just going to be insane. It's just going to be impossible. Like this whole corporate era of WWE has been terrible. I'm not going to lie, especially
In
with like the
terms of
ticket
like
prices for
in terms
fan
of ticket
experience
prices,
for fans. In terms of
yeah, because
like
the wrestling product is still great. It's obviously gotten better since right the era before, but
The Vince era, yeah.
you gotta pay so much. You gotta be rich to enjoy this in person. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
it is ridiculous. But anyways, that's just our 2 cents on it. I mean, of course, hopefully they announce it soon as to where it's going to be. I'm hoping it's not in Vegas. I'd rather it be somewhere closer
Yeah,
to, of course, New England because that's where we're from.
somebody
But
said
we'll
if they're
wait and
gonna go
see.
international, they should do it like either London or France or one of those places because those are great crowds.
I don't
Obviously,
mind international because, like, yeah, like obviously we won't be able to go to it, but also like it's international crowds are freaking fantastic. I would not
yo,
mind that
yeah,
at
they can
all.
go to Wembley Stadium, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, uh,
Yeah,
in England.
we'll
It's
have to
nice.
see. But anyways, in terms of other top stories, not necessarily a top story, but of course I did want to talk about it on SmackDown. It is kind of a top story, but we usually talk about SmackDown anyways. Was of course the return of Wyatt 6. They returned on, of course, the anniversary of Bray Wyatt because it was Bray Wyatt's birthday. Basically, it was like
Birthday,
yeah,
yeah.
it was like his heavenly birthday. Obviously RP Bray, one of the goats. They even came out and had like a birthday cake with a candle on it that they had in front of him. That was pretty cool. They basically interrupted the
Street Profit
Faxium and
match.
Street Profits title match, which ended in a no contest, of course, due to them getting involved.
They
Now, of
attacked
course,
Street Profits and what was it? American Made, was it?
it was
No,
Faxium.
no, no. They attacked Faction. What am I talking about?
Yeah, it was Faxium. But yeah, I think America made like interrupted at one point. I
No,
think they
they
were
were
having some.
there. Then they
Yeah,
attacked them. That's why. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. But of course, the big question there is what's next for the Wyatt 6 because come on now, bro. Like like it seems like and again I hope this isn't the case, but it seems like they literally just brought him up because it was Bray Wyatt's birthday. Like, and I really hope they capitalize off of it, but it seems like they're just milking it for like what it is. Like oh, like it's for
Yeah.
attached to Bray Wyatt, of course, legend. And now they're just like, oh, it's his birthday. We have to put them on there at some point. Let's have him come out, put a little cake in the middle. Again, wonderful. I love the tribute. But like you need a storyline for them. So like, what the hell is next? Like, what do you think? I have no
I
idea.
mean, they can just go after the Street Profits, or some people think they're going after DIY because Nikki Cross did attack what's her name again? This was DIY. Oh my god, Candice LeRae, and they
Candice
have
LeRae.
history. And she went right after her, and then remember DIY turned heel last time the Y6 were here, they were face, so
Yeah.
that's probably one of the feuds that's probably gonna happen too.
DIY, that I don't know. Like I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Like it's
No, I'm
okay,
not
I
saying I want
guess.
it to happen. That's just one thing I saw that
Like a
could
rumor
happen.
of like what might happen. I don't know. The Wyatt 6 is like really let's call it how it is. It's kind of hard to book if you kind of think about it. Like it's a
Because they're a group.
supernatural group that like you can put a title on, but I feel like it'll look kind of weird. Honestly, kind of like when the Fiend had the title, I thought it was a little weird, but you know what? I was happy for Bray, so whatever. But still, it was kind of weird. Um, it's something that like doesn't necessarily need a title, but they need great storylines and great like writers in order to like make it actually
Yeah.
believable.
I mean, I'll say this honestly about the Y6. I mean, I like the other characters, but Uncle Howdy's the main guy. Uncle Howdy should be a single superstar.
Yeah,
And he
it,
can get into feuds by himself with the help of the Y6, but like, I don't know, just him. remember when he first debuted too, like with the top hat and the jacket. They got to bring that kind of Uncle Howdy back, but as a superstar alone. I mean, he could be with the Y6. He's still part of the group, but he has to be infused singles fuse and go after singles, maybe titles. I mean, he doesn't need a title, but
Yeah, no, exactly. Like these type of characters don't need a title, but they definitely should have some sort of freaking storyline and involvement on WWE television. I mean, like that freaking group literally prints money. Like you can have so much merch on that. They're literally like a separate side of wrestling that like you don't have on TV at the moment. That it brings in like horror fans. It brings in obviously Wyatt fans. I don't know. It's just something that they have on the palm of their hand, but they never use.
yeah, why not bring back those weekly Firefly Funhouse segments, but with Uncle Howdy and the rest of the Y6 and
That'd be
get that
nice.
involved in the storyline. I don't
But
know.
again, it needs to lead to something. It just can't be just because.
Yeah, and
That's
they
the
can't
issue.
just be, and I don't think they can just be stuck just playing on tag teams. Like
No, they don't
Uncle
need
Howdy's
that.
got to have some singles feuds because he's literally the leader, and that's the moneymaker, to be honest.
No, it definitely is. But yeah, I'm just hoping that, of course, they do actually have something planned out for Uncle Howdy and, of course, the rest of Wyatt 6. I hope it wasn't just a one-off because it was Bray Wyatt's birthday. I hope they're not using that just to milk to capitalize off of course, the fans of Bray Wyatt and obviously wanting something like a memorial or something like that because obviously it was his birthday, and they just use that and then it's like, all right, we have nothing for you guys, go home. I really hope that's not the case. I really hope that, of
No.
course, it develops into a storyline and they're actually staying on weekly television instead of showing up one week and then disappearing for like 2 months and then coming back for another week. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, but and then the writers need to do a way better job because that first run they had was horrible. It wasn't nothing.
Yeah, when he was when they were against like Karrion Kross and all that, I thought it was terrible for Karrion Kross. I thought it was terrible for freaking Bo Dallas and the rest of them. They did not mix well. It was I
No.
don't know. It wasn't fun at all. But anyways, we could definitely get into, of course, Saturday night's main event because, of course, that's like the main subject we do want to talk about. I guess we could talk. We could say real quick. Gilia did, of course, qualify, or Julia, my mistake. Julia did qualify, of course, for the Women's Money in the Bank. So that's pretty cool. She qualified on
Yeah,
SmackDown.
LA Knight qualified for the men's.
LA Knight qualified for the men's. He pinned Shinsuke Nakamura. Thank God Aleister Black did not get pinned. And then, of course, on Raw, I'm pretty certain Roxanne Perez qualified. So that was pretty cool. So yeah, I thought that was so really good. Of course, members have been added onto the Money in the Banks. Of course, Money in the Bank is in a couple of weeks. Looking forward to that.
Yes,
Yeah,
we'll talk about our winners at the end. After we talk about Saturday's main event, we'll talk about who we think should win. But I don't know if you saw that Karrion Kross Ariel Helwani interview, but that was awesome.
Karrion Kross needs
He's,
to win.
he's,
I'm just
he
putting it
spoke
out
a,
there now.
he spoke a lot of truth in that interview.
Oh
Which
yeah,
is
he
great.
definitely did. But anyways, yes, for Saturday night's main event, of course. So Saturday night's main event this week was brought to you by a billion freaking ads. Just saying, like the amount of ads in this thing was freaking insane. At one point I felt like I was watching ads for like 20 minutes. Not even joking.
No, and it's like you can't even see none of that people's entrance, and then or you see the entrance and you don't get to see the wrestling. You say like two moves, it goes to 10 minutes of commercials, two more moves back to commercials, and then you see the finish of the match. It's
Yeah,
like, what the hell's going on?
yeah. It's supposed
Like,
to be a
damn.
showcase for WWE Saturday night's main event, but it was literally just a showcase of ads. That's all it was.
Yeah, it's a showcase for WWE sponsors. That's what it
Yeah.
was.
To be fair, there was some pretty cool stuff that did happen on this episode that we definitely
Oh,
want to
no.
talk about.
It was one of the better Saturday Night's main events, to be honest, because of some stuff that actually happened on it.
Yeah.
It's just the ads.
Exactly. Let's talk about like some of like the really quick things first. Of course, the Women's United States Championship match between Zelina Vega and Chelsea Green. I felt like that got very minimal screen time, and I felt like it should have been a little bit longer. They did not give them like the
No.
enough time to actually capitalize and show what the heck they can do. Because as we know, and if you're a wrestling fan, you should know this. Chelsea Green and Zelina Vega are actually really good wrestlers when they're given the time. They weren't
Yeah.
given a freaking time. This match felt like it was like less than 5 minutes. It felt like I know
Yeah,
it was
she got
probably a little bit
busted open.
longer. Yeah, Chelsea Green did get busted open, and of course, Zelina Vega ended up picking up the win. I just felt like they weren't given enough time to actually show what they can do and actually make it something that people actually cared about. So it was kind of felt like a throwaway match. When
And it's a title match.
it
so
could have been a
it shouldn't
great
be.
rematch. Like I don't know why the heck that didn't happen. Hopefully they run it back maybe at like Money in the Bank. I would not mind that at all. That'd be awesome. But again, we'll just have to wait and see if they do that, because that was a very disappointing match. I was hoping for it to be a little bit longer. But yeah, Elvis's dogs. Elvis has like 5 dogs that live with him, so they're all barking. Actually, my dog is over there right now. I got to go pick him up.
Yeah.
So if you hear them
So
barking,
56.
sorry, I got to get my dog over there. Of course, another quick one I do want to run by before we talk about like the major stuff was, of course, the steel cage match between Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre. Yes, it was a steel cage match. Yes, it was brutal. But again, like, what the hell was what was the point of this match? It was just literally rematch again against each other. Obviously, the heat and the rivalry runs deep. Obviously, since Drew lost the title via Damian Priest cashing in, and then it just went on from there. But the match ended, of course, with Damian Priest picking up the win. He did hit a concerto on Drew McIntyre and then walked out of the cage. I thought that was a cool moment. I thought that the match was great. There's a lot of reports that Drew McIntyre is going to be out indefinitely, like off WWE television for a little while. What are your thoughts on that? And of course, what the hell do you think happens for both of them? Because I'm kind of confused as to what the hell they're going to do with each of them.
Yeah, so I didn't know he was going to be off of television for a while, but considering he got hit with a concerto, that's usually puts you off for a little while. But I mean, they're 1-1. Even if you don't like the feud, they gotta finish the feud. I mean, can't just stay.
Are they 1-1?
Yeah, WrestleMania was Damian Priest, and then they had a fatal 4-way at Backlash. They didn't have
it was a fatal 4-way. You're right.
Remember, they continued fighting there. They had like the choke slam outside in the crowd. Remember, in the tables, and then now Damian Priest wins this big match, steel cage on Saturday night's main event. They're 1-1. They got to run it back whenever Drew McIntyre comes back before they start any other feud. I mean, it kind of makes no sense to start another feud.
What kind of sucks? I feel like Drew McIntyre gets the bad end of the stick every single rivalry ever since he's lost that title. Like, I feel like they keep building him up as if he is this top star, and god damn it, he is. He's a freaking top star. But he never gets like the proper opportunity to win the title and of course hold it in front of fans, which is what he deserves. He held it through freaking the COVID era and literally put WWE on his back. And like now it's just like I feel like all of his rivalries lead to literally dead ends. And I don't like that for him. I really want him to win a title. I know that the main event scene is obviously kind of seems like they already have some pieces in there of like who's going to win the title next, etc. So I know that it's probably not going to be anytime soon that he does win the title. But like you got to give him some sort of rivalry that actually like makes sense. Or I know this one makes sense, but I mean like it actually means something. Like it leads to something like to the title or something like that. I know that the whole story is Damian Priest keeps costing Drew the title and they have this rivalry now. But like I just feel like I don't think there's like enough heat in this feud, especially to like end it with like a concerto. Like I just felt like there wasn't enough heat for that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we do got Money in the Bank coming up, so I don't know if he'll be back in time for that or if he's coming after that.
And that's why I think they're leaving him out. The reports are Drew McIntyre is going to be off the WWE TV. I'm assuming that they don't have space for him in the course of Money in the Bank ladder match, and they don't want to, of course, run back Priest and Drew like in 2 weeks because it is literally in 2 weeks. So maybe they're just going to write him off of TV until then. In terms of what Priest does.
SummerSlam?
Yeah, save it for like SummerSlam, I guess. Like if they have like their third and final match at SummerSlam, you know what? Fine. At least it gives them something to do. But I just hope that that's the end of it because I really want to see Drew with a title again. I feel like he deserves it. Even if it's not even a freaking world title, you can put the IC title on him. I feel like you do really, really good with it. Although I do like Dom with it at the moment. It's hilarious. But, obviously. Exactly. But obviously, if like Damian Priest would have, not Damian Priest, my mistake, Drew McIntyre were to be the one to take it off him, I would not mind that at all. I think Drew with a title is something that we've been yearning for quite a while now. He's shown that he can be a really good champion, so why not give him another opportunity? You know what I mean?
Yeah, we got like 5 or 6 superstars that we really want the title on.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. But I don't know. I'm just hoping that, of course, they end up doing something with him.
Because, again, CM Punk hasn't had a title. So, since he's been back. So, yeah.
Yeah,
obviously,
that's true.
Carrion, we got a bunch of people we want the title on.
Yeah, but Punk, if you think about it, Punk is probably going to go after the WWE title. Yeah, Punk is going after the WWE title. I think Karrion can go after the world title. I think he can be the one to beat Jey if it's not Seth Rollins. I think that'd be awesome. Maybe cashing in, he takes the title off of him. I really want Karrion Kross to win the Money in the Bank. We'll talk about that in a second too.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go ahead and move on to one of the major things was of course the return of Bronson Reed, because that was freaking awesome. All right, so of course one of the major things that did happen on WWE Saturday Night's main event was of course the Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins versus CM Punk and Sami Zayn match. Of course, this rivalry has been brewing for quite a while. Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins being the new freaking team. Everybody asking who the heck is going to be that third member, because it always seemed like there was going to be a third member, and Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman always made it very clear that they were not finished and there was more to come. So obviously they always hinting at that third member as well. Match was good. Match was pretty good. And then, of course, a very surprising Bronson freaking Reed comes in and joins Seth Rollins, which I thought was extremely surprising, considering, of course, the beef that they had and the rivalry they had as well. But, of course, Reed joined Seth Rollins and Breaker and hit a tsunami on Punk. He did, of course, assist with the win. And, of course, Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker ended up picking up the win there.
Yeah, and at least Braun Breaker, I was happy that he picked up the win. He got the spear on Sami Zayn and pinned him.
Yeah, that was insane. But like the freaking Bronson Reed joining Seth Rollins was something I did not expect at all. Like I thought,
especially after the rivalry.
Exactly, their rivalry. Like freaking Bronson Reed. I think the last time we saw him, was he not helping the Bloodline, or the Ghetto Bloodline, I guess you want to call it? Timu Bloodline. He was helping Timu Bloodline, of course, take on Seth Rollins and all those other people in a freaking War Games match, and that's how he got injured. So the fact that he's back and he's joining Seth Rollins, I'm looking forward to the explanation on Raw, to be honest. I wanted to know what the heck happened there. I mean, I understand it, though. Seth Rollins is probably like, oh, like, this dude can destroy me. Like, imagine what he can do to everybody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah. One thing I didn't like, why didn't Braun Breaker get his own entrance? He had to come out. Like, we were talking about that taking away his personality. He didn't even get his own entrance.
I know. Yeah, that sucks.
I was like, damn, give him his damn entrance. Like, what the hell? But whatever. At least he picked up the win. But I hope they don't do the same to Bronson Reed and strip away his personality, and he's only just another security, basically.
No.
It better not be like that.
It better not be like that. I'm hoping not. Like, come on. Like, you have 3 people in that group so far. Well, 4 if you count Paul. But 3 wrestlers in that group. All 3 of them can talk. All 3 of them have their own personality. Yes. So, like, if you, like, don't strip away 2 of them just to freaking show Seth as the face guy. Like, you didn't do that with the Shield, and look how well the Shield played out. The Shield were freaking amazing. You didn't do that with Evolution towards the end. The beginning of Evolution you did, because of course Batista was new. That's not the freaking Amber and York were new. They were young guys. But eventually you had them all, of course, talk, and then they became one of the best groups in the WWE history.
Or it became world champion in the group. Like,
exactly.
Like the side guy, not even the leg guy. Yeah. So
that's what I'm saying. Like, they have to have these people talk.
We don't need Bronson Reed. We don't need Bronson Reed in a suit.
Nah, I don't know. We definitely don't need that. But yeah, I don't know. Bronson Reed coming back, hit a tsunami on, of course, CM Punk. That was great. I'm happy Bronson Reed is back. That dude is freaking hilarious. If you follow him on Instagram or IG or anything, on IG or anything, or was it Twitter, X, whatever the hell you want to call it, dude is freaking hilarious. I'm happy he's back. I'm happy he's doing something really, really big. I'm happy that they still have him in the main event picture. One of our concerns was, of course, when he got injured was, oh man, I hope he doesn't go back down the card. He's worked so hard to go up the card. But no, they put him right into that freaking faction. I'm excited to see what the hell they're going to do. Again, as long as they give him and freaking Braun Breaker a talking piece, they can cut promos. As long as they do that, I think I'll be happy with it.
Let them wear their own attire. They don't have to be wearing suits, and they look like freaking security for Seth Rollins.
Exactly.
What do you think is next for this group? Because I think they're just going to wreck shop and destroy anybody in their path, which is basically what Seth Rollins has said.
Yeah, they're doing exactly what Seth Rollins has said. Obviously, the end goal is, of course, for Seth Rollins to get the World Heavyweight title off of Jey Uso. Again, I still feel like that's probably going to happen at SummerSlam, but we'll have to wait and see for that.
Yeah, is this going to be better than the Death Riders takeover at AEW?
Oh, my God. The Death Riders takeover was terrible. I can't wait for that to be over, and it's going to be over
that's what I'm saying. They better
in August as well.
Hopefully, this doesn't end up like that.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't end up like that. Jesus, don't even jinx it. But yeah, of course, in terms of what's next, obviously, I think they're going to take the title off of Jey at SummerSlam. I feel like they're going to wait till SummerSlam for that to happen. And Braun Breaker, I really hope they give him a freaking talking mouth, like he can actually talk and like cut his own promos and stuff. Because if not, I'm going to get bored with this group. I can already tell.
Yeah.
Um,
Do you really think Seth is going to take the title off of Jey, or it's not going to be the Money in Bank winner?
I think it's going to be Seth. I feel like they already planted the seeds for that. And I feel like if somebody does win it via the Money in the Bank, they're going to lose it really quickly to Seth. Because I feel like that whole like faction right there, they need that title at the end of the day. Like, yeah, you
Yeah.
can say all you
The only
want,
thing is,
but their goal is to take over WWE. They need a main event title in order to do that.
that's why they want another bloodline. The only thing I hate about stuff like this is it's like a throwaway of the Money in the Bank.
I mean, it could be, or of course, it can be a Money in the Bank winner who's very strategic, holds it for a long time, and then of course cashes in maybe in like WrestleMania or something like that. They don't have to cash it in
Like
immediately,
Priest did.
like
Like
Priest did
Priest did.
exactly. They can wait and cash it in several months down the line. They don't have to cash it in immediately. Um, so yeah, I just hope that of course it's somebody that's well deserving of the freaking Money in the Bank that's actually going to have a good title reign with it. But again, we have to wait and see who the hell's actually going to be in the actual qualifier matches this week coming up, and is actually going to get plugged into the match, and then we can make our decision on who the hell is actually going to win. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, this is going to be crazy.
Gonna be crazy. And then, of course, I did want to talk about John Cena versus R-Truth, which is honestly hilarious freaking match that happened. The match I thought was perfect because it did not showcase John Cena being like extremely threatened by R-Truth. He kind of beat R-Truth relatively easily. R-Truth just hit like signature John Cena, the 5 moves of doom. He basically hit him on John Cena, which I thought was hilarious. That was freaking funny. Yeah, that was hilarious. Him coming out to freaking John Cena's entrance was hilarious. Him
Yeah,
coming out
tired.
dressed up just like John Cena, and then they have like the Ron Cena shirt now, which I thought
Ron Cena, yep.
great. It's so freaking funny. The major thing I did want to talk about coming out of that match was, of course, at one point it looked like Cena was very hesitant to hit. Of course, R-Truth. R-Truth has been very vocal as Cena's biggest fan, so that's R-Truth is basically the embodiment of John Cena's fan base when he was a face. So
Yeah.
I felt like that moment was really really cool because John Cena looking at R-Truth and then looking at the crowd, he kind of looked like he was like, "Damn, what the hell am I doing?" And I feel like that was actually like what he was doing. I don't feel like he was doing it just to he could hit him in the nuts and all that stuff when the ref wasn't looking, because that's what he did.
I
But
mean, I was going to say, it could be that. It could be like looking deep into that, or it could literally just been so the ref can take the belt and he can low blow him. But
I feel like that's
I
like,
kind of believe it's a little bit of both, I believe.
yeah, I feel like it's a little bit of both. Like I felt like he wanted to, he was going to do it, realized what the hell he was doing. He had a lapse moment of judgment. He gave the title to the ref, and he was like, "All right, I still need to win this match. I got to do what the heck I got to do, because of course of the Rock and all that. So I'm going to hit him in the nuts, and then I'm going to hit my AA." And then he did it. And then once he did it, the crowd was like still into it. They were cheering because obviously it's John Cena's last thing. And then he's
Yeah,
just
I
like, you know
wonder how.
what? I got to prove to myself that I don't need these fans. So he grabs the title and then he hits R-Truth and he leaves immediately. I feel like
Yeah,
that's truly him being like, damn, like I can't believe I'm doing this. Like he's starting to like
I
feel
wonder.
bad for turning heel.
I wonder how he's gonna turn back face. I wonder if he's just gonna like the Rock comes. It has something to do with the Rock, and then he's like, you know what? Forget this, and then him and Rock have a feud and have one last match.
I think that's what's going to
Remember, they are
happen.
1-1. They are 1-1.
Exactly. I think that's what's going to happen. I truly believe he's going to end up turning on The Rock, and then that's probably going to be his final match is against The Rock, and again, I think he's going to win. Remember, they're still 1-1. They never had that third and final match. They never had that decisive match there. It can literally be Cena versus Rock as the final match. I would not mind that at all. There's a lot of talks about who the heck can be, of course, the final person that he faces. By
And when
that
is
point, I don't even think Cena has the title anymore. I think Cena loses it at I truly believe Cena's going to lose it at SummerSlam, and then he's going to turn face at SummerSlam. That's what I think. As long
I
as The
mean,
Rock is involved somehow.
he can lose it at SummerSlam, or he can they can cash it in on him maybe.
Yeah, that can happen too. I would not mind that, depending on who the hell the winner is. But yeah, I just feel like it was a momentary lapse of Cena being like, "Damn, what the hell am I doing? I shouldn't be doing this, but I have to."
Yeah, but then he continued his heel stuff
Excuse me.
Bless you. He continued his heel stuff onto the main event, which we'll get into now with the World Heavyweight title match.
Yeah, and that was another thing I wanted to bring up too. It felt like he was like, "Damn, I got to show these people that like I'm truly a heel. I can't really like be showing like these hesitant moments. I got to prove to myself again that I have what it takes to be champion." World Heavyweight title match: Jey Uso versus Logan Paul. Prior to
Very
it,
short.
very short match. Yes, definitely, because of all of, like the 20-minute freaking ads that happened right before. Very short match. Of course, it did get the point across, though. Jey Uso ended up picking up the win, but that was, of course, before John Cena got involved, beat the crap out of course, Jey while the ref was knocked out. And then, of course, a very surprising Cody Rhodes return, basically knocking out Cena, getting him out of the ring, which, of course, caused Jey Uso to hit the super kick, and, of course, the Uso splash for the win on, of course, Logan Paul. Thank God we're not getting a freaking Logan Paul title run. Oh my God.
Oh no,
That would have been
been
freaking terrible. And like we, as in me and Elvis, are of course Logan Paul fans in terms of his wrestling. Truly, like we think that like he gets a lot of hate
Yeah,
for,
I
and he
think he's a
doesn't
good
deserve
wrestler,
it. But
and I like his heel work.
I like his heel work. But as the world champion, hell no. First of
Oh
all,
no, he's not.
His U.S. title reign was terrible. He only defended it once, and over like a span of like 200 and something days. It was like the worst freaking title reign ever. So the fact that if he were to get that world title, it would have been god awful. Thank God he didn't get it.
He's good on putting on showcase matches like this, Saturday Night's Main Event, stuff like that. Big showcase matches against big guys, but I'm not talking about putting him as a main event superstar title.
Hell no.
No. He can just stick to these big. He can have big feuds, but like there's so many guys ahead of him with the title, like so many guys. It's not even close.
It's not even close. It's like, yeah, exactly. So yeah, of course, at the end of the match, Cody Rhodes grabs a mic, obviously super pumped. He tells Cena, like, you've already ruined enough. You're not going to ruin this. Me and Jey versus you and Logan at Money in the Bank. I'll see you then, which is in 2 weeks. So we got the return match already for Cody Rhodes. We see that, of course, Jey Uso is not going to be involved in a title match at Money in the Bank. I'm fine with that. And then, of course, John Cena and Logan Paul are teaming up, which has been rumored for quite a while. So that's kind of cool.
Is Logan Paul joining The Rock as like another corporate guy? And The Rock comes out to make them win again?
I think this one, I honestly feel like Cody and Jey are going to win. I think Cody and Jey are going to win. Logan's there to take the pin. I just think that's how it's going to go. But I'm looking forward to the match, to be honest. I think it's going to be a really fun match. It's a really good mix of wrestling styles. Like if you think about it, like Logan high flyer, Jey is like the striker. You got Cody, the pure wrestler, and then you got Cena, the entertainer, basically. Like Cena's just like there for like he's really good at working the crowd, I guess you can say. So I think it's going to be really, really good. Of course, mix of styles. I'm really excited for that match. But I think Cody and Jey got that win.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. But that was basically Saturday night's main event. Of course, again, it was whatever. Like there was a lot of freaking ads involved in this, but I think it was like the better Saturday night's main event since they have brought it back for sure.
I mean, Jesse Ventura had no idea about the rules of a steel cage match, but
I thought he was annoying as hell. I'm not gonna lie. Like that
during that match, yeah.
Like the rest of the show, he was great. During that
I
match,
can stand
his
like, commentary.
Shut up.
Yeah, I can stand his commentary. That's just how he is. But for that specific match, yeah, it was very annoying. Because it's almost like he's like downgrading the product that you're supposed to be commenting on. Exactly. It's like Michael Cole tried stopping him a couple of times, but he speaks his mind. But
like he was really mad about like Priest walking out the cage. He was like, "There should have been a limo there."
That's so fun.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, like what a great ending. It's like, bro, like
you're downplaying the stuff you're supposed to be hyping up.
That was hilarious. I thought it was funny, but I thought it took away from the match. I was like, bro, shut up. Like you're a commentator, relax.
Because they're 1-1. The concerto was great. I thought it was actually good.
I agree with the concerto like not being necessary, but like there's no need for a commentator to freaking downgrade the impact of that. And of course, him walking out the gate, like, bro, come on now.
Michael Cole also mentioned Edge. He was like, that's the same move he did when he turned on his mentor Edge.
Yeah, that was cool.
Take over Judgment Day, yeah. Edge return to WWE. No, I'm playing. All right, I was gonna say like this last question, like, what are your picks? Like, who do you think is gonna win men's and women's Money in the Bank this year? so far as of now.
That's
We don't
tough.
even know who's in it yet. It's just
Well, we know like
kind of
most
a guess,
them.
basically.
If Karrion Kross is in the men's, I got Karrion Kross 1,000,000%.
That's my pick.
I
Yeah,
really
that's
hope
my
he's
pick
in the
as well.
freaking men's. Was it Money in the Bank match? I'm
I
praying.
mean, that picture looked perfect on Ariel Helwani, him holding it up.
him holding it up.
I mean,
yeah,
it just looks like it fits him like perfectly.
it really does.
Come
Again,
on.
his character is perfect with that. Imagine him. He has like the freaking hourglass. He literally shows up on
Scarlett,
SmackDown and
yes.
Raw and just puts the hourglass in front of each of the champions.
Yeah, Scarlett does it for him.
Yo.
Like she plays the part perfectly with him too. It's like it's perfect. I don't know.
Exactly.
As the manager.
I don't know. I'm looking forward to
They-
seeing what that.
And then obviously all the fan hype and then #1 selling merch. How can they not see this? Like I don't understand. It's about making money. I mean, this dude is literally a moneymaker in the making right now.
If they don't put the Money in the Bank briefcase on him, then they really, of course, drop the ball on it. Like immediately, I don't care what the heck they do afterward. Like, bro, they drop the ball on this dude if they don't put that Money in the Bank briefcase on him. I'm hoping that they do. We'll have to wait and see. But of course, my pick is Karrion Kross. In terms of the women's, that's a little bit tougher because, of course, the women's it's not fully done yet. In terms of who I think might win,
I'm going for the newbie. I'm going for Roxanne Perez.
I was going to say the same thing. I think Roxanne Perez will be great. Julia is great, but I feel like Roxanne Perez, I think obviously she's better in terms of like her promo skills. So I feel like it'd be really fun to watch her basically just trash talk both of the freaking champions and like, being hesitant to cash in, almost cashes in and then doesn't.
Yeah.
I think it'd be really fun to watch. So my picks would be Roxanne and Karrion Kross.
Yeah, same. That was literally the same exact pick. So.
All right, bet. So yeah,
we're on
we
the
have
same
the same
page.
thing.
Most wrestling fans are probably on the same page too. Like, we want Karrion, and then Roxanne Perez is a star in the making. So it's like, come on,
Roxanne
they
Perez
really cannot be blind. Like, they can still probably do something good with Karrion if he doesn't win Money in the Bank. But like, that's like the big thing you got to do with him.
I'm telling you, they drop the ball if they don't put that on him. Like literally, it writes itself. Like, freaking him and Scarlett coming out with the hourglass, putting it on the freaking apron, saying your time is coming up soon, and it could be done at any freaking moment. Come on now.
I mean, if they don't want him as the champion now, he can still get that, and then he can save her for. Remember, it lasts like a year till next Money in the Bank.
Exactly.
So he can save that all the way to WrestleMania. Anytime before that, Raw after WrestleMania, like big stuff happen. He doesn't need it now. If you want to do the feuds you're gonna do, then do it. But give him the Money in the Bank.
Yeah, I'm hoping they do. But anyways, that was basically it, of course, for this week of wrestling. I know that we have Double or Nothing tonight. I'm not gonna lie, we're not sure how we're gonna film that. It's coming. That thing.
I mean,
late.
it's that ends like at 1. I gotta go to work early in the morning. You're off of work, but
thank God.
I work all day till night, so I work a long shift, so I won't even be available for the next 3 days.
Yeah, no.
So I don't know.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll see.
We do have some good, like, exciting, like, stuff that we're talking about with this podcast. Change it up a bit moving forward soon. So
yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, definitely. We're definitely going to switch it up. But more to come on that. Of course, we're still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, we'll make a video for that.
But you'll definitely hear something, of course, by the end of this week for sure. But anyways, like, comment, subscribe as always. Of course, we'll be back next week with that. Love you guys so much. See you guys. Peace.